They're coming. No, they're already here. Driving an all-electric moped you activate with your phone is not something I necessarily thought I'd be doing for my commute. But if you live in parts of Brooklyn or Queens, or most recently, Washington, D.C., you have probably seen riders passing through on these electric mopeds, taking over your city. If you don't live in any of these places, but still live in a densely populated area, chances are there's a transit-adjacent startup figuring out how to bring a similar ride-sharing program to you. God help you. In the case of these shared electric mopeds in New York and DC, the company behind them is Revel Transit. And it got me thinking, could this be the future of city transit? The Revel mopeds are produced by New, a Chinese startup known for their electric scooters across Asia and Europe. The emissions-free mopeds are capped at 30 miles per hour, which makes them ideal for city streets, not highways or major bridges, which Revel actually urges riders to avoid. Users have a one-time $19 registration fee, and after that, $1 per person and 25 cents a minute per ride. To ride one, you download the Revel app and sign up. You need to submit a selfie and a photo of your awkward driver's license to Revel for review. The approval process took me about 15-20 minutes with a clean driving record. Once that's set up, you can use the map to find and reserve the nearest moped in your location. You can reserve one 15 minutes in advance, and the app also provides a time estimate of how far you are from your moped. You can also review the moped's charge level to make sure it has enough mileage for your ride. Before you know it, you unlock your moped from the app and access the 2 helmets Revel provides inside the helmet case, actually required by law. I should note though, as my colleague Kristen Lee suggested a while back, when using a Revel moped, maybe roll up with your own DOT-approved helmet, or if not, consider at least buying your own head sock to protect your head from lice. Yes, even though Revel sends staff to clean their helmets every 2 to 3 days, why risk it like I did? Now sit down, take a minute to adjust your mirrors, and get comfortable. The first minute is free of charge for this very reason. Put the kickstand up, slide the throttle switch to the left, and press the green button. The dashboard will say ready when the throttle is active. Now, just because it's easy to set up, it doesn't mean that it's obvious to navigate, especially for a first-timer. The throttle is quick in a way you wouldn't expect. Revel provides free riding courses for those who could use a little guidance. I instead did something better. I called motorcycle teen Aaron Brown himself to help.
Aaron, you're a motorcycle man.
I am.
How do you feel riding one of these things?
I mean, honestly, for me, I don't really think of it as a downgrade. I think of it as a transportation alternative to like my motorcycle or even to the subway. It's something that I can use if I don't want to have to worry about doing a full round trip on my bike. I can just drive it from my apartment, leave it wherever I end up in Brooklyn, and I could stay there. I could, you know, take an Uber back, or if I just like don't really want to be on my motorcycle all day because that can be exhausting, it's a nice alternative.
Well, do you have any tips for me riding one of these?
I think my biggest tip is to remember the traffic laws still apply to you. It's a full-on motorized vehicle. You need to like stop, operate it. And this sounds like such general lame advice, but I see so many people out there just going out and blatantly like breaking traffic laws, not wearing helmets, and riding them like they're bicycles. And they're not. They're full-on real motorized vehicles. So go out there and be safe.
Let's check it out. So driving impressions. It accelerated like a motorcycle, but it handles kind of like a bicycle.
I get what you're saying. I mean, for me, it is an electric bike, an electric scooter. I wish it had a little more of that like pure electric torque. That like, I think the way it's tuned is probably just so like people don't get on and kill themselves with it, which is fine. You know, we're out here in Brooklyn. No one needs like any crazy amount of power, but it would be cool if you just do like full-on like electric burnouts in the rear. But you know, that's not what it is, and I understand and appreciate that. My big thing with these, whenever I talk to people who want to learn how to ride a motorcycle, I think that this is a really good stepping stone, actually, because it gets you comfortable and more like understanding of how traffic flows from a two-wheel perspective and what it kind of takes to ride with traffic. So I think as a stepping stone, I really like it.
You kind of have to drive very vigilant because they're so silent. I would find myself just honking at people because they did not know it was coming at all. Like, even though these carry like a license plate, I don't know if people feel that I should be on the road. Like, these are not big flashy motorcycles and bullies. I had people just passing through me all the time and honking at me and yelling for going 25 on a 25 miles per hour
yelling
zone.
slurs and shaking fists at you.
Yeah, it's like, okay, why can't we all just share the road?
And that's what I tell people who are just learning to ride bikes, like motorcycles too, is you have to ride as if no one else can see you because they can't. You can't be where someone won't expect you to be.
Another thing to remind yourself is to always give your moped a visual check. Because the downside of sharing is that naturally sometimes you find them with missing pieces, like broken rearview mirrors or shit like that. At the end of each ride, the app prompts you to provide feedback, and in my experience, once you do, they get back to you pretty quickly.
Do you think you see yourself riding these long term?
I mean, for me, it won't be a regular thing. I have the motorcycle and all, which I love dearly, and it's great.
Right.
But, you know, for getting around Brooklyn, instead of like an Uber, Lyft, or a Subway, sure, you know, why not? You don't have to deal with surge pricing, you have to deal with subway delays, any of that, and it's fun, you know? I prefer it over paying for an Uber or a Lyft, like having to deal with the L train when it's barely running. It works.
Yeah.
And for that, I appreciate it. So yeah, why not?
I think I would too. Like, I really enjoy this. It beats riding the subway, weather permitting. I don't know if it was the future of urban transit that I was thinking about, but it's definitely part of the equation. Like, I could definitely see this going for a long time. And I do like the fact that they're emissions free.
You're going to save the world on me, Eddie.
Yeah.
It's good. I already paid the 20 bucks. Keep using it. Why not?